Red tide caught everyone on the East Coast really by surprise, but county and city leaders say it won't happen again.
That's the big hope, of course, and News Channel 5's Michelle Casada live in Boynton Beach with how they say they're now prepared should red tide make it to our shores again. Michelle?
Well, some municipal and Palm Beach County beaches are still seeing low levels of red tide organisms. That's why you're going to see these signs up. Cities and counties are relying on water samples and their lifeguards to get ahead of any future potential red tide occurrence.
If it wasn't for this sign, you wouldn't know red tide shut down Boynton Beach Oceanfront Park a few weeks ago.
We just love the weather down here.
Kevin Palmer and his family are visiting from New York.
We're a little bit worried about the fact that we wouldn't be able to get in the water.
Unlike a few weeks ago when red tide was causing respiratory issues and closing down beaches throughout the East Coast, red tide levels are very low at this beach and most beaches within Palm Beach County.
We have been taking samples twice a week because we've been getting such great results in the low or not present category.
Good news, but scientists at Harbor Branch Oceanographic Institute on the Treasure Coast say they're monitoring another round of red tide coming up through the Florida Keys.
So now that we've had a good first-hand experience.
Boynton Beach's recreation director told me everyone knows what to do if red tide shows up again.
We have all our signage ready. Staff is a little bit more aware of the things to look for.
Palm Beach County's Parks and Recreation Department says lifeguards are getting fitted for half-face respirator masks and will each get a mask and goggle kit to be prepared for red tide. Locals in Palm Beach County chose to move here to live in paradise. They've already lived through it once and hope it doesn't return.
As long as it's short term, it's not that disappointing.
Now, the county says water sampling could go down to once a week until red tide organisms are no longer showing up in the samples. Reporting live in Boynton Beach, Michelle Casada, WPTV News Channel 5.